7-pound smallmouth.
No.
And they made him fillet.
A smallmouth. Welcome back, folks. A repeat 2.0. We got a little backstory. We got Randy Conlon today with us from Solo Series Top 100. Polar Bear.
Yes.
Whatever else you direct.
A few. So,
yeah.
But thank you.
So what had happened, we have recorded one, and somehow, somewhere, by probably my mistake, I'm going to own up to it, the audio wasn't there. So
We had some good pictures.
we did. That we did. But the folks are going to see this one. So
Yes.
welcome back, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And well, I kind of want to talk about a little bit of the past event of Lake of the Ozarks.
Yes.
Really hot one.
Yes, it was.
And then I'd like to also talk about the championship coming up.
Yep.
Opportunities for people to observe, come and be in the boat. That'd be a fun one.
Yes, it will be.
I haven't had a co-angler in a minute.
Yes.
But hey, not a co-angler.
Not a co-angler. No, just an observer. If you are, we actually will be looking for observers on the 20th and 21st. I've already got some lined up. You can either do Saturday or Sunday or both days. It doesn't pay anything. You just get an opportunity to go out with some of the best anglers in the Midwest. Basically, all you can do is sit and observe. You cannot assist in any way, shape, or form, share information or anything. If you did finish with one of the higher finishing anglers, you could be polygraphed right along with them to make sure that you have not shared any information or helped or anything. Good opportunity for a lot of people.
Yeah, you could learn a lot.
Oh, yeah, you could.
You could learn a lot. It's just you think you know something. Hey, little story from this last tournament. I think about half went down the lake and half stayed, and the half that stayed fished on top of each other most of the day.
Yes.
You know, we fished around each other a lot, and I actually got the honors and the beat down to fish behind and in front of the winner. The guy that won, I was fishing around him most of the day. And I watched him. I watched him how he's fishing. You know, it's just naturally. I'm fishing, he's fishing. We're both flipping. But I watched his technique, the way he moves the rod. It's so cool to me. Yeah, some people might think I'm more seasoned, you know, but I still like to learn a lot. Watching him and how he can, it blew my mind how this guy can skip such a light bait on a bait caster.
And this is who he's talking about is Michael Hamilton Jr. And he is a stick in the Midwest.
And he's a good guy.
And he's a good guy. Great personality. Great. I mean, he's a really good all-around angler, good all-around family man. And yes.
Yeah. And I learned a little something from him watching him do that. Granted, I didn't have the baits he had, but hey,
yes,
you know, I learned a little bit of something from him. And you guys can come out and watch us and be with us, and it'll be a fun time.
Oh, exactly. And again, thank you for having me on. This is Randy Conlon with the Solo Series Top 100. We had 6 qualifying tournaments this year. This is the second season running. It's $300 entry fee, $100 membership. I wanted to start this circuit where I was going to angler recognition, low entry fee, and high paybacks. We have all that going.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
At the end of the championship this year, we'll paid out over $130,000 on, that's with 6 qualifying events, championship. Championship will be taking 37 anglers competing for a little over $30,000. $10,000 guaranteed first place. Someone's going to take home $10,000. Second place is $7,000. $5,000 for third, and then you drops to I think it's $2,150, and then $1,500 for that. $925 a day, big bass. Plus, thanks to our sponsors and stuff, Adva Title Company will have the Big Bass Bounty, $500 additional money to the biggest bass caught over the weekend.
You don't even have to win.
No, don't even have to win. And that's the thing is, I wanted to make this format like this. On a regular season tournament, I pay back 1 and 5. On the championship, I pay back 1 and 6 just because you're fishing for 2 days. It bumps up the money and stuff, you know, trying to, because it does cost a lot to go do this.
Yeah.
But day 1, you bombed out. It happens to a lot of the anglers and stuff. You can't. I mean, you just had a bad day or whatever. But should I go home? No, you still got a chance of, hey, let's go out and swing for the fence, try to catch a big fish. I can still win $1,000. I can take home $925, and if I catch the biggest one, that's another $500 on top. So you still got something to fish for the next day to stay in there. Championship banquet dinner will be out of Everhart's out of Clinton, Missouri. They're providing the dinner and everything, plus doing some door prizes. Courtesy of Little Boomtown, it's an event center. out of Aurora, Missouri. Someone that night is going to win $500 cash just for being at the banquet. So pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Big stringer of the weekend, Championship Marine, $500 cash to the heaviest stringer of the weekend of the championship. That's a lot of money to
There's a lot of money floating around for 37 guys fishing.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's
yes,
a
lot of
lot,
opportunities.
a
Yes.
lot of money in there. And I know me and some of my guy buddies that we've been rooming this year with, we kind of did the math on some of these other tournaments around here that you do fish solo as well. And for the entry fee, hear me out here. For the entry fee and the format that's the solo series top 100, it is the highest payouts around. You will not find anything. I mean, if you do, let me know.
Yeah.
Please do.
And like I
but
said,
you won't.
No, we'll top it. Registration will kick off on September 27th after the championship. It'll be that Saturday morning, 8 o'clock that morning. You'll be able to register online, go in there. You can either pay with credit card or you can actually click cash, but you can go ahead and register. Once we reach 100 anglers per event, that's it. So, and if it doesn't reach 100 at the event on that register, the week of that Friday, the week of the tournament, registration will close at 7 p.m. It's a lottery type system. So just because you register first doesn't mean anything. It's a lottery type system. You could be boat number 1 or you could be boat number 100 is what it is. And I try to run a very organized event. Friday night when registration closes, boat numbers and stuff are usually on Facebook and emailed out within the hour of your times and flights and everything. I've already went over the rules with everything. Usually the week of, I go ahead and tell them what boat ramp it is, where the takeoff's going to be, check in, all that. I try to stay on top of that. Matter of fact, I really think this year we're going to reach this. Going into my third season with it. December 7th will be the kickoff. I've already had some guys calling out of that. I really think I wouldn't be surprised at Truman. The only thing that would wreck it
is a snowstorm.
And I don't even know if it would be a heavy rain if we have a 8-10 inch rain that week that absolutely mud the play. Because I've done my Polar Bear Tournament Series. I started it in 1996. I've run it every winter. And typically, even if a cold spell comes in and lasts just a few days, usually that's it. I don't think it'll hurt it. It would be as if we have a torrential rain where the lake would come up, and just turn mud or something. But I really think there'll be a lot of fish caught. It'll take over 20 to win.
So?
Oh, yeah. I still think, I fished it the last couple of years, and that was one of the reasons I decided to do the season kickoff. It's something unusual.
Now I'm excited.
And I really I think it'll take 16, 17 pounds to draw a check in it. I really do. Because just fishing it from the last couple of years, the bite has been phenomenal there. Last year it was a buzzbait. If you ran by a piece of wood, you could catch a fish off of it. I mean, that was it. And there's a lot of good fish in it. The fishing pressure will be almost zilch. So a lot of these fish are not going to be pressured and stuff like you do at Table Rock or one of the other winter lakes. A lot of people don't fish that lake that time of year. So it'll be.
And most people that do fish it, they fish for crappie or catfish.
Exactly. That's what it is. So, I mean, and, we got some great sticks, and I'm super excited about that. Then we'll move off to Table Rock for the second event.
I'm excited.
And that one should be. That'll be March 8th, and it should be awesome.
That should be a slugfest.
And that's the 2026 season. Then we'll jump forward into. Then we go to Truman back in April. It should be a good one there. And then we'll be at, LOZ in the 1st of May. And that should be a good one. They ought to be open. You ought to be able to catch them about any way, shape, or form you can. You can make a big run, small run and stuff. Boat traffic usually ain't too bad. Then that time of year. And then we'll go to Stockton in June. And then we'll end the season at Palmy at the end of June. And that's what we was fishing through the summer months and going back on that was the hottest tournament. We had our LOZ. We actually went out of Drake Harbor up in the river. It was 103 degrees in the parking lot. It's the hottest tournament I've ever done. The heat index was 109 is what it was. And what amazed me is we used well water, filling the tanks and stuff like I always do. We still put 240 pounds of ice. And I didn't start filling the tubs till it was 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, and we was doing a 2 o'clock weigh-in. This was with tents over the top of the canopies, and we kept them low, trying to keep the sun off as much as we can, still dumping 248 pounds of ice in these tanks. And the water temperature still got to 83, 84 degrees in those tubs. I mean, it was
I was in the middle flight. I was in the middle somewhere. And whenever I brought actually, Yeah, I was somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And whenever I brought my fish up to the weigh-in, the water wasn't even cold anymore.
No, exactly.
It was like, it was cool. It wasn't like,
Yeah, it
like the
wasn't
lake
hot.
water. Lake water was hot as fudge.
Yeah.
But hey, little pro tip, I'd say, I freeze quart-sized bags, quart and gallons. If your live well has a big enough opening where you could put a gallon-sized bag in, do it. Just freeze them, and so what happens is I'll freeze the whole gallon, and then I'll throw it into the live well and give it like 2-3 minutes. Rip the bag open and just leave the block of ice in there. That block of ice will last a lot longer than a 20-pound bag.
Yes.
And it holds. It's just that big block holds the cool air together. And then it just kind of, I put extra G juice in there because of that chlorine and stuff in the water, but it works, and I haven't had one die yet.
Oh yes, and we was very fortunate because we weighed in a lot of fish. There was a lot of, and I mean, as miserable it was, the people say, and a lot of shallow fish was caught. And I commend the anglers again because we ran the summer tournaments. We was at Stockton the month before we was there in July. We had one fish. It was a tongue hook fish. That's it. We lost one fish at LOZ. We weighed in. They was 47 boats, if I remember off the top of my head. We weighed in 23, 24 limits. We went to a 4-fish limit. They was like, well, anyway, there was a total of 41 anglers weighed in. We had one dead fish, and the rest of the fish were, I mean, and they was healthy.
Good
flopping.
job, guys.
Yes, good job. You guys, commend you. You have taken, and that's where I go to emphasize again. We have some of the best anglers in the Midwest fishing this, and if you want to make yourself better, you fish against the best. End of story.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I heard a quote. Me and my buddy Joe, we've been back and forth, like throwing this quote around sometimes. If you are the best guy in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in the wrong. Yeah, like, if you are fishing these little jackpot tournaments and you're just smashing every single one of them, and you're always first or second, you got to upgrade, buddy.
Yeah,
you got to go to the next level because, like,
next level.
First off, you're jacking with the people that they don't get to fish as much, and secondly, you're restricting yourself to your potential as well. You know what I mean? I started fishing. I jumped into this solo series with the expectation to get my butt whooped because I seen the roster. I recognize some of those names. Oh man, they're hammers.
Yes,
they are hammers. And whenever I got to fishing with them, yeah, they're I'm not gonna lie, I got my butt handed to me, but I also did pretty well in a few.
Yep.
And I was just like, wait a second, I can do this.
Yeah.
Hey, come on out next year, challenge.
Great. Lake of the Ozarks, our season kickoff up there in March. The bite was absolutely horrible. It took 2.5 pounds cast check. The Toyota Series, I mean, it was there the week of, and it took 12 pounds to make the top 25 cut for 2 days. I mean,
the guy that won, he didn't even have a limit every day, did he? I don't think he did.
No, I don't. No, he did. He was the only one. He was one that did have. He was the only one, and he went to a float and fly on the last day. So that gives you an idea how tough it.
It was.
Oh, it was horrible. Well, Eddie, that's the first time he had fished with us that year or season, and zeroed. And a lot of people, and you hear so many people, because how I do it on our championship, Angler of the Year is $2,000 guaranteed. That went to Greg Nix this year. We'll give him good Greg job. Next, Matthew Peters actually won Angler of the Year last year. He finished second.
Good job.
We had
I could have won that one.
And the thing is, and Eddie, after bombing on the first one, so many people think, well, the season's done. No, it's not. Eddie come back and finished fourth. And just, I mean, he had 3 fish at
Littles.
1 fish, 13-inch spot, or 12-inch spot, because we had 12 on spots. Could have bumped him up. He'd have probably knocked Nayland out of it. Yeah, he'd probably, or it could have got in second. I mean, just one little fish. I mean, just jumping a couple places.
Oh, that thing haunts me at night. I mean, as much as we have fun with this, I'm still a competitor.
Oh yeah, and that's
what
it is.
And it drives me, and I want to win. You know what I mean?
Bass fishermen are definitely type A personalities. There's no doubt about it. And how I do the championship, you got to fish a minimum of 4 out of the 6 qualifying events and finish in the top 70% to make the championship. And then Angler of the Year is based off your best 5 tournaments. So you still have 1 throwout. And I mean, some guys, we had a very few that did. A couple of them did finish. Made 4 tournaments, was able to get in.
Had Greg Nix won, and he fished 5.
He fished 5, yes. He actually broke down at Table Rock. He registered for it. Had some motor issues. Well, he would come out, and then he come back, and he ended up finishing, That's right. He never had a below a 9th place finish, I think, or an 8th place finish. So he done really.
No, he did good.
No, he had a good year. I mean,
He
just
did good.
you know, and it happens. And congratulations to him, and he'll take home due to Trey Scroggins Realty
Yeah.
$2,000 that night. So that's a pretty good. And we do $1,000 for second place, and then a runner up, and then third place received. Nayland Jones received a $400 credit, so that'll cover his either an entry fee or his. Now,
First
but
event.
event. So what he's going to do, he's just using it as the deposits and his memberships paid.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good way to start the season off.
That's a very good way. Good job, guys. Good job.
Yes.
You guys did great. I
And-
was close.
And we have such good anglers, and you just the camaraderie, just like it's amazing. He sat here and mentioned Joe's name now 4 times on
Yeah.
the first of the season. Did you know Joe?
I did not
No.
know. I actually didn't meet. So funny story though. I met first one out of the 4. I met Bryce. Actually, I met him first. Him and Levi together at Truman. So we were already 4th event in.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Fourth event in, yeah.
Yeah, and then the reason why I even talked to Levi is because me and him met out on the lake. We fished, like we passed each other fishing, and then whenever we pulled in, I'm like, wait, that Phoenix looks familiar. You know, what I mean? I'm like, I just fished with it, and we talked, and then that's how we started talking, and me and Bryce talked. And then after Stockton is whenever I actually met Joe. No, after Truman. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Back up. After Truman, it was on a Friday nighter out of Mill Creek. We were sitting out there talking, chit chatting, and I'm just like, I met him and Jacob Weiskup. I met both of them at the Friday nighter, and we got to talking. And then we fished Stockton, and then after Stockton, I called Joe. Well, not Joe, Levi. Me and Levi talked, and Joe was there, and kept talking, and just kind of one thing led to another on the LOZ, the last one. We roomed together, and and now we talk every week, multiple times, you know, and it's so cool to me. And these guys, just to give you a reference, they live like 45 minutes to an hour away from me. We don't see each other every day. We only got to see each other at these tournaments,
Yes.
right? And now we're friends. Now we're talking. And same thing with like Randy Doman. Before the solo series, I was so intimidated to talk to him. I don't know why. Maybe because he was a conservation agent. You know, I don't know. But like every time I would see him, and I'd see him a lot at LOZ, a lot, especially at a PB2, I would see them there a lot. Never got to talk to him. Even though I wanted to, I was always like, you know. For me, he's a
He's
stud.
a hammer. He is.
You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. And then I actually got to talking to him at Truman. And now every time he sees me or I see him, we always talk.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is so freaking cool.
You have, and I go on it, and I mean, I do a lot of tournaments. Actually, I do my polar bear. I do several events and stuff through the year. I've got one September 27th is a veterans tournament at Palmy that I volunteer for the weigh-in for. We got on October 25th. We had a great event at Truman Lake. It's for Chris Callahan, his son. He passed away. He was just a little over a year old. 2 years ago, we're doing a benefit tournament for him on the 25th of October at Truman. Be an awesome event and stuff. But I got 37 events this year scheduled is what I'll do weigh-ins for, which is a lot when there's only 52 weekends in the year, and 37 of them I'm doing different weigh-ins for different competitors and stuff.
Granted, you still got a full-time
Oh,
job.
yeah, I work, yes.
This is not what Randy does for a living,
this
guys.
is not what I do for a living. And I love the format. I always love the solo and stuff. But it's amazing the friendships I say. I got tickled, and I wish, because we had an absolute awesome podcast. But I got so tickled. I called Mike Fernelli, and it got me so tickled. He's sitting there. He did not know Mike Fernelli. And I don't know if you remember telling the story. But he sat there and he goes, yeah, he said, I was sitting there out on the water. I'm sitting there and I look over, and he said, he introduced himself to him, and he said, okay, I'm, Mike Fernelli, I'm Eddie Timoshuk. And he said, I sat there and talked to him, and then Eddie said, I get home. He said, I don't know a lot of the anglers. And he said, I look up, and he said, Mike's a hammer.
Yeah, no, it was crazy because I had no idea who I was talking to. Absolutely not. We're just sitting there like chit chatting, before takeoff. We were both in those dock stalls, and we got there a little early, so we're gonna just passing time talking about different this and that and where he works and what he does, and he's an interesting fellow.
Yes, no, and it
was fun,
and it is. We have some of the best anglers, and it amazed me, and that's what our group's going to. I mean, we've doubled in size after the first year. Averaged 32. We averaged 57 boats a tournament this
That's
year.
awesome.
I'm already seeing it going. I already know what it's going to be like. Again, September 27th is when registration will open. I'll be making announcements on Facebook and stuff on that.
One more thing, guys. I know maybe Randy probably could elaborate more on this, but if you guys can, you don't. Randy's probably not going to hold you to it, but if you guys can, whenever we register, I'm gonna do the same thing. Is fill out as many events that you are planning to fish. That way, Randy can have the time to, if we need to move ramps or whatever, Randy
Yes.
to accommodate. That way, our experience is a lot smoother.
Yes.
It's smoother for him as well, and the more lead time we can get on this, the better. I think that's just my.
Oh no, and it is. And the thing is, at a 100-boat field, that's max field. If we reach 100, registration's
awesome.
cut off. So I mean, you could. Lake of the Ozarks, Table Rock, I really think will fill up
Wow.
quick because the words. I mean, guys, this year the average payout was $3,800 for first place. It still paid. I mean, fifth place was paying $1,000. This is on a 60-boat field. If we raise it up to 100, you're talking $6,000 for first place. You're talking $1,000 still for 10th place,
you
paying
wanna-
back 1 and 5. I mean, that's paying 20 places. I pay a minimum of $400 back. If you get dead last, it's $400. And the way I look at it, that covered your entry fee and that covered
And
your
the
gas.
gas. Yep.
I mean, that's what you made.
That's
You broke
literally,
even that
literally
day.
on Truman. That's what happened. I
Yeah.
got 10th and I got $400, and I'm driving home. And I was calling my wife. I'm like, guess what? I fished for free.
No, exactly. That's what
I
you know.
honestly got my gas back, and because I didn't spend probably $20
Yeah.
in gas, I didn't go very far.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's funny you were talking about the entry fees. This microphone's kind of loose.
Loose.
It's all right. I'm gonna play with it later. But so I got 4th in the Table Rock tournament,
Uh-huh.
and I got big bass.
Mhm.
Okay. So whenever I get home, I'm talking to one of my buddies, and he's like, "Oh, that kind of sucks. You got 4th." I'm like, "What I would like to win, yeah.
Yes.
You know, that's kind of just a competition." I'm like, "But I'm not gonna complain with the amount of money I got."
Yes.
He's like, "What? Would you get a couple $100?" I'm like, "Buddy, my big bass almost paid $1,000." He's
Yeah.
like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I came home with $2,500."
Yes.
He's like, "Are you sure you got 4th?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was 4th place.
That's-
First place got like $4,000, something more." I'm like, "You kidding me?" He's like, "Man, that's more than the BFL." I'm like, "Exactly." I'm like, "Exactly my point."
No.
I'm like, "Plus, it's ran better."
So, no, thanks. I do take very good pride in myself. I got an excellent staff. I promise you, I'm a very organized event. I mean, like I said, we're not the Bassmasters, no, but like I said, it is very organized stuff. We run a smooth way in, and as we were sitting here talking, there's just so many behind the scenes that people don't understand. I mean, they think, you got a set of scales, you sit there and you put on a tournament, you post on Facebook, you're done. Guys, I wished it was that easy. I mean, there's never a night on a day of a tournament. Friday night, once registration shut off, I'm up till 10, 11 o'clock every night. Then I'm usually Saturday, I'm back at the ramp because then people can come in and finish paying the remaining balance on their entry fee. I usually set up, and half the field usually does that. If not, some of them do, and if some that ain't already prepaid by then. And then Sunday morning, well, then it's 10 o'clock Sunday night. I have not shut off. I mean, I went from Friday night to there, just preparing everything, and then you're getting everything prepared for the website. You're getting it up and everything, and then there's so much involved in it, and then just the cost of it. I mean, polygraphs, everything else, the insurance on it. But I promise you, if you come run or fish one of the events, you will not be disappointed. I mean,
100%.
and I'm not sitting here just on the back, but it's a very organized event. We try to do as much, just like right now. I went through. There's 37 anglers qualified. You can check out our Facebook page, Solo Series Top 100. Everyone has got a little biography on each angler. Everyone from, boat 1 or
37.
237, the anglers, their favorite techniques, their baits and stuff, favorite lake, which is a neat thing. Right now, I'm doing a thing where predictions for Truman. I'm going through the anglers, what they predict it'll take each day to win the championship.
Do you want to do one?
Oh, I think 15, 16 pounds a day is going to do it. I mean, I think 32 to 34 pounds will win it. And unless someone gets on a big bite, because you got to think you're doing it 2 days. I do think there'll be
I
anglers that are
understand.
going to catch 20 pounds,
I
but they're
understand.
going to drop the next day. So,
Oh no, the thing is, I'm going to go a little higher. I think it's going to take about 18 a day.
and it could. Yes. And Truman's
Because
been
there's-
fishing good because
There's some bigs being caught, and often enough to where It's not one of those that you catch a bunch of 2s and a 4. You're catching multiple 4s in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm thinking that it's going to take every bit of 18 a day.
No, and
I think
you
so.
could be. And I think there's going to be a very burst because the days are getting shorter. We got some cool fronts and stuff, and a topwater could play a big role in it. There's still going to be your brush pile fish and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I just think it's really going to open up the doors, and it's going to set up for a very interesting championship.
And I think what's going to be cool is like you're going to be doing a few lives.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
gonna
we're
be
doing
jumping-
lives. We're
yeah.
actually going to be filming both days and stuff. We're going to make we've already been sitting there talking about we're going to try to make like an old Bassmaster
Yeah, like
45-minute
yeah.
little show and stuff, but we're actually going to be doing live feeds all day, trying to get as many anglers pictures that I can out on the water, trying to get that set up, which we will be doing.
Are you
that.
planning to do like little short lives while you're in the boat?
Oh,
with
yeah,
an
in the
angler?
boat. Yeah, I'm going to be sitting there pulling.
So guys, that would be kind of cool. You guys get to see what each it won't be every person.
No,
but,
that's what it is.
But you know,
and reception is a problem
Yeah.
I had at Truman too. So I mean,
100%.
getting in it. But if I've got reception, I can jump in. Pull up. Hey, Eddie Timonchuck, he's on 3 fish right now. Not getting into
2:30
details.
p.m.
It's 2:30 or 3 o'clock.
He's pushing it.
And we tried to do a lot, just like our day one takeoff is Angler of the Year standings. Angler of the Year will be boat number 1. Day 2 is your day 1 weigh-in standing. So if you're leading
That's
the event,
cool.
you're going out boat number 1. And if you go down and something happens, someone's already asked me, what if I zero? Okay, then we'll go back and say if you was angler, you was 9th in points, we'll go all down through the field and then, okay, 9, 14, 15,
Yeah.
I mean, you'll keep the same boat number each day, but like I said, your takeoff position will change on Saturday.
So
Day
with
one leader.
37 boats, how many, that's what, 2 flights?
2 flights. I always do 20 boats
You
to a
don't wanna
flight.
do a
No, sorry. And I'm very consistent. Anytime you look at me, I can promise you I do 20 boats to a flight. If I start my weigh in at 2, I do 10-minute increments. So then by the end of the season, hey, I'm boat number 52. This is what, he does this every time, and I'm consistent on that. It's going to be, it depends on, and this year we should be at 3 o'clock at every tournament weigh-in, unless the heat really heats up at the end of June.
No, I thought that was a really good idea that you went to a 2.
Yeah.
Because it was brutal. It was really brutal.
Oh, and it was.
Stockton was bearable.
Was bearable, but
Bearable.
Lake of the
Lake of the
Ozarks
Ozarks
was
was rough.
absolutely. I never had so many problems. We had problems with the scales at first. They actually locked up. I have never, in all of my weigh-ins I've done, I had problem with the scales coming on. Once I got them up and got them working and stuff, our laptops, because we're all computerized weigh-ins and everything, my live feed would not go up. My wife standing there under a canopy with 2 box fans blowing under the canopy, fans going, and all she is doing is taking photos on her phone.
Yeah.
And halfway through, her phone overheated and it wouldn't let her take it. I mean, it was absolutely. We tested everything that could be tested that day. I mean, and
I
again,
went through 2 GoPros and 5 batteries.
Yes.
I couldn't keep them. I couldn't keep my camera on.
And guys, if you look, and just like right now, we're doing the predictions. I'm tagging different anglers and stuff.
Yeah.
Mike Finelli was today and stuff. I try to do as much angler recognition as I can,
Oh, yeah.
and we have such a great group of guys. And I'm just going to throw this out here. It's amazing because it's the anglers are drawing anglers. I can give $1 million tournament away. It doesn't make anything. Anglers draw anglers, and that's why I'm throwing out a thank you again to all the anglers, the people. And it's amazing because I have people. I talked to John Cates on the way down here. So when they called me, and they had mentioned, he's a great guy, and he had mentioned, he had told someone about the circuit. Well, I was talking to John Cates. He said, I just wanted to have a couple questions. That's what it takes to grow the circuit. And the thing is, we've got such a great group of guys, and I'll just go ahead and say it. Good people draw good people, assholes draw assholes. And I mean, that's just, and we don't have that. I mean, we have a great
Let's keep them
group.
good.
Let's keep them good. And they're weeding them out. I mean, that's what, and that's what's good.
We kind of talked about that before.
We
the
talked about
podcast.
that, and it is. I mean, and that's what is amazing about these group of anglers that we got. And I really think in the next couple of years, as far as a solo series, this will probably be the biggest one in the Midwest. I really think so.
I think so.
I do.
I think the way I'm seeing it, I think there's going to be tiers to it.
No, I think you could
I
jump
think
it up.
so. I think we're gonna maybe, I don't know. This is just my idea, but again, I don't do the directing. I don't know all the costs that come into it. Probably a lot.
Yeah,
A lot more than we expect.
Yes, the hours and then just the cost on everything is
Yeah.
everybody blows
What
your
if we
mind.
do like solo series top 100 and then solo series top 50.
No, and like I said, it
You
could,
know?
because there's just so many doors, so many opportunities. I love fishing by myself. I always did, and I just love this format. And like I said,
It's
as
a
far
good
as
format.
and it is the angler recognition. I mean, I'm doing the live feeds now. You know, the morning the dock talk, everybody eats it up. Lake of the Ozarks, I had a problem, and it was because of the heat of the phones trying to get videos to download and everything. That was a problem. But it's pretty cool if you go back and look at our Facebook page. And that morning, I mean, and it's amazing. Like I got one with Eddie. I'm talking to him that morning, and it was at Truman. I look at him and I said, "Do you want to do a video?" And he goes, and what I mean by dock talk is I'll go around and I try to hit up 5 or 6 anglers. Hey, what do you think it's going to take to win today? What are you expecting? You know, what are you planning on doing technique wise or whatever?
Those are fun. I actually
And it
enjoy them. I
Yeah.
really do, because half the time you're like sleeping all groggy and you're like, snap, there's Randy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. And I look at Eddie and I said, "You want to do this?" And he goes, "Not really." I go, "Randy, I had a horrible practice. I ain't going to, you know, I'm going to be lucky if I catch a fish." And I go, "Well," and he goes, "All right, I'll go ahead." You know, and I put Don in there. And he says that. He goes, "I have a horrible practice."
And I was honest, guys. 100%.
brutally honest. And then he comes in and he finished 10th in the event. So, I mean, you know, and it can. That just goes to show, just like him 0-1 on the first tournament, which there was a lot of them that did. I mean, it was, you know.
That was brutal.
And we had some guys that go, "Well, I'm out of it." No, you're not. You can still have a bad tournament, because you still, even if you have a couple bad ones. We had a couple guys that did not think they was going to make championship. Jimmy Rackers, he had a couple. He had to miss one tournament and then had another bad tournament. He said, "Man, I want it." And this is the first year he's fished any kind of solo event or anything like this. Great guy. And he come in and he weighed 3 keepers at LOZ, put him in the championship. He called me tickled to death because he said, "Man," he goes, "that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to know if I, you know, can I make it with these guys? Can I get in? I want to make the championship." And he did. So congratulations to him. So
Yeah. Like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. And the thing is, I don't know if you guys see me post about the Solo Series. You guys see me talk about it a lot. If you guys think I'm getting anything out of it other than a circuit to fish, you guys, I ain't getting
no,
crap.
and that's the thing
I just enjoy it so much. And like, excuse me, most of you that have followed me for a while, you guys know that there is no BS. Like,
No.
I shoot you straight, even baits and everything, whatever I use, I shoot you straight. There's no marketing or nothing like that. I'm honest.
Yeah.
And the thing is with the Solo Series, this is got to be my favorite circuit to fish.
No,
it
thank you.
is. It is my favorite circuit to fish. I enjoyed also fishing the OMTT, but that's a partnership. You fish with somebody, and I think that's going to be my main focus for next year is fishing. Maybe I might jump into a Toyota. I don't know, but we'll see. That kind of like Dave McCormick said, that to go up like the next big, like those your Toyotas, your Opens. You either got to be filthy rich, like you got to be friggin' loaded.
Yes, it takes so much money.
Or you got to be insanely good to where you're cutting checks all the time.
Yes.
Because you, as a business decision, that's not a good one.
No.
It really is not.
No, and that's what, like I said, when I started this circuit, I love it, and we're trying to make it feel like, and you're fishing against some of the best anglers.
Oh,
in the
you
Midwest,
are.
and trying to get the angler recognition, getting the videos and stuff out and stuff to make, and I mean, you are something big, and we're starting ground level, making this big, and people love that. People love the recognition. They love a pat on the back. Your sponsors, you're getting to see it out there, and I'm trying to. And then the payout, I really don't think you can beat the payout. I mean, no. I mean, to go fish against 37 guys at a championship, $10 guaranteed first place, and then second place is $7,000, $5,000 for third. Guys, you're still talking, you know, that's a 1 in 37 chance against $10,000, $925 a day for big bass. Where we paying 6 places at the championship, down to $1,000 is what 6 place, and I pay 1 in 6 at the championship, 1 in 5 on the regular season. Guys, if we get it up, you can go to my website at soloseriesturn.com. You can see example payouts. I mean, you're talking some serious money. I mean, some serious cash. I mean, if we can get up, like if we average 80 boats tournament next year, even average 80s, that'll put 60 in the championship. Guys, you're talking 10,000 first. You're talking 9,000, 8,000.
Yeah.
Fifth place is still going to be $5,000. That's $1,500 a day. Big bass.
That's insane.
I mean, for a local level tournament,
to wrap your head around that.
I mean, yes, $300 entry fee to sit there and fish for this kind of money. Guys, we paid out come championship time over $130,000. That's a lot of money.
That's awesome.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
that's
money.
a lot of money.
Wow.
Yes.
Just wow. No, guys, come on. Come check.
Yeah.
Hey, if we mentioned this at the beginning as well. If you want to be an observer, come on.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe you'll end up with me in the boat.
Yep.
If you end up with me, I'm just going to tell you right now, we're going to shoot the breeze.
Yes.
Because I can talk.
Yes, he
I
can talk. He's good at it.
I talk a lot.
Yes.
And we'll have some good snacks. My wife's so cool. She makes these, like, she'll make me sandwiches and then she'll write her and my daughter. They'll like write notes and stuff and they'll be like sarcasm. But I love it, because see, it works for me and my wife. We're very sarcastic to each other, and sometimes it's like funny little. Sorry, but off track. But
No, you're good.
but we were married for, I don't know, about 7 years or so, 7, 8, and we were in my parents' house, and for the most part, we behave. And I mean, my parents are really old school. They're like really, really traditional, and which that's nothing wrong with that. I'm traditional myself, but we were sitting there, and in their eyes, if you are, I guess, in love or love each other or whatever, you like always be nice and like that. Like I call it that fakeness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And me and my wife, there's none of that. There's absolutely, we're like Rip and Beth from Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, that's more like us. Except we try not to use them words as much with the kids around. But that's us, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because there's no BS.
No,
There's
exactly.
absolutely, you get what you see.
No, and that's a good thing.
There's no. Oh, I wonder how she's feeling. Is she really mean? Nah, you move. Get out. And that's what happened. Like we were sitting there, and so my parents had like you go downstairs, there's a wall, and then you go around the wall to the kitchen. And then I come around the wall, and my wife's standing right there, and I almost hit her. I'm like, move. And she like looking at me. She moves on. And my mom's like, what? Are you guys okay? Are you guys fighting? I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, we're fine.
Yes.
And that's the cool thing. And hey, back to my mom. No, not my mom. My wife writes like silly things and stuff, and so does my daughter. My daughter's a sarcastic little. So, anyways, she's gonna be my camera girl next year.
Cool. That's awesome.
She's gonna be 11. Holy crap!
Yeah, time goes by fast.
But she's gonna be my camera girl. I'm getting her a camera, and she's gonna travel with me throughout the whole solo series.
Good.
That's gonna be.
No,
Lucky her, she's gonna be out of school for a little bit.
Exactly.
But anyways, they write notes and silly things for me, and yeah, if you guys hop in the boat with me, we'll share some food. We'll share some stories and stuff. Just don't tell me no info because I'm not failing no lie detector test.
Exactly. And the championship will be September 20th, 21st at Truman Lake out of Sterritt Creek Marina.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to come up and check out the weigh-in, and we'll be there Saturday and Sunday. And I thought, and all the tackle companies, just like I'm here, I try to support everybody. Extreme Outdoors, if you actually show up at the weigh-in Sunday, and if you're coming up there just to watch the weigh-in, whatever, support an angler or something, let me know. I'm going to give you a ticket at the conclusion of the weigh-in. If I draw that number, it's $500 gift card. That's awesome. And that's what it is. And just like he said, family and stuff. This really is a family. I mean, it's amazing.
I know for a fact, there's a few of my family members that will want to come.
Yes.
Because they've seen me work. Some people might think like, oh, why are you trying so hard? It's not as big as whatever basketball.
Yeah.
You know what? It's fun.
No.
It really is. And you get paid for it if you do good.
Oh, yeah. You've had a good
mean?
season, a lot of it.
And then I'll work my tail off. Like tomorrow, I'm probably going to be up in Truman tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're still 2 weeks out.
Yes.
It never hurts. And a lot of the anglers do that. And you can tell by their results.
Matter of fact,
put in the work.
And I think, I forget what we paid out this season. Well, it would be over $130,000. But I think, like Greg Nix right now, he's already won over $10,000 this year. I think is what he's weighed, and this is his first season. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money in one season. You know, we got some others. Ed Phillips is right behind him, and we have some of the best sticks. And I even pulled some out of retirement. Ed Phillips and stuff. Jimmy Davis has won 21 boats, and he'll be a threat at Truman. I mean, like I said, if you're going to, like he already said at the beginning of the show, if you want to try some of the best anglers in the Midwest, I promise you, on an individual format, you're not going to get any tougher than it is on this field right here.
And you don't have anybody like I love fishing with my brothers. It's other than the associate. I love fishing with them. And now my son's getting to the age where we're fishing tournaments together. He can't go to some of them because he's not old enough, but some of them he can. And I love fishing, especially with my brothers. I love it a lot. But there has been multiple times where we're running a pattern, and either me or one of my brothers are like, just throw something random, and that's the pattern, and we end up doing good because of that. And that's because somebody made the decision in that boat. You know what I mean? By yourself, you ain't got that help. You're by yourself.
Exactly.
And if you win, you won. Yeah. I mean, I love team events.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love them. When you win, it's a different kind of sense of accomplishment. It really is. It might be a little pride, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like, there's that feeling. Whenever I got fourth. But I was walking down that hill recording my outro. Fellas, I was on the cloud 9. Oh, yeah. I was holding that Big Bash trophy and 2 checks, and I was just like, I just freaking did that. And the roster, here's where I remember what I told you last time. So the Table Rock event, after finishing nothing in Lake of the Ozarks, a 0. A big fat goose egg in Lake of the Ozarks. I was just like, man, Table Rock's got to be redemption. It's got to be redemption, for me. So I get that roster. Friday, I think it was Friday night or Saturday morning.
Friday night. I
get that roster. I'm like, no. I'm like, no. I'm seeing big names and people that are like hammers on Table Rock. I'm like, this is gonna suck. Maybe I should just stay home. And then I ended up getting fourth, and I beat most of the. Yes. There was a couple that got ahead of me. That's what hats off to them. They're freaking hammers. But I was walking down that hill, and I was on like cloud 9, man.
Oh yeah,
I really was. It was a good feeling because I'm sitting here like, I can compete with.
Oh yeah, and that's what it is. If you're thinking about it, I mean, and a team event is. I love a team event. I love it, but it's just a different feeling, a different accomplishment and stuff. You're there. A lot of people like the questions. They go, "Man, putting boats in the mortar." No, it's not an issue.
It's not.
A lot of people set their team up, even coming out of the water. And I try, and that's another thing. I try to pick an event where we can beach boats. We can, and our have enough dock space and stuff like that where I can get it out, because it is, but then you jump in, he goes, "Hey Joe, I'm backing you in," or I'm, "Hey Ralph, you're taking this up. Hey, I'm gonna float my boat off, will you take me out to me?" No.
I don't think there's a single angler that I have come in contact with, I mean there might be, but that I've come in contact with, that if you drop your boat and let it float, they won't take you to your boat. Yeah. Everybody does it.
Yes, they'll do it.
And that's the other cool part that you've mentioned about the friendships that develop. There's guys that I know, like, hey, this event, we're like the Drake one. Yep. We're like, Eddie's going to be on his boat. Everybody else just dump. And we'll just hop on with Eddie and he'll take us around. That's what happened. And it was perfect because them boys are not holding up the line. They're just like dropping boats left and right. And they're moving. And the line moved pretty quick. It'd be cool if more guys like maybe had like talk to each other before before dumping the boats. And if we could do that, I mean, even though the group of guys that we fish with, they're so good with trailering and they're so good with dumping the boats. Like, I don't think we've had an accident.
No, that's what it is. Everything is, we weren't really smooth. And guys, if you go to one of my weigh-ins, I promise you, they go fast. Now, the championship Sunday, because I'm not going to ask a lot of people what they're doing or anything else, because I'm our Saturday. Yeah. Now, Sunday, I will slow the weigh-in down. I'm actually going to hold the top 3 back. They will not be able to wait till last. Makes it all interesting. We'll build it up and stuff. Be Facebook Live. You can check out. And like I said, if you don't, but I take great pride in this and stuff. I mean, 64 boats are our biggest tournament. I do 20 boats to a flight and stuff. It's easy to be manageable for me. It gets people in and out of the water and stuff. Guys, this year, and I just hand out the bags, I've never had more than 4 people in line. That's the most people I've had stand at the bump tanks. It is it. I mean, we get them through. We get them done. We try to get our weigh-ins done. We try to give as much recognition as I can to the anglers that are coming up. And guys, I just don't think you can beat it. And I'm not sitting here just, man, I'm sitting here and I'm not one to sit here and brag and all that. But guys, if you just want to come out, check it out. If you're thinking 2026 season will start on December 7th at Truman Lake. Registration will open September 27th. And you can watch my Facebook page, Solo Series Top 100.
You done intrigued me, man.
Yeah.
about the December event because I wasn't very thrilled about that one at first. I was just sitting there like, yeah, I don't know, you know.
No, and I
but
really
it should be a late fall.
It should be a late fall bite. I mean, and one of the reasons it does a couple years ago, fished the Marie Terrell tournament and stuff. The Terrell family, I've been with them years, helped them a lot. Big Bass Bash, all that. Great family. They do Marie's tournament on Thanksgiving. Well, last couple of years, I fished it, didn't do no good. We went over to Truman the year before and just to play around. And I don't go play fish. I don't fish the tournaments I did, but over the years, yes, I fished a bunch of tournaments. And anyway, went over, and the year before, it was an unbelievable wigglebort bite or crankbait bite up there. I mean, we blasted them, and I thought, listen, we'd
like
had
big ends.
Yeah, we had 18, 19 pound bag. I mean, yeah, and I was
That's
just
good for Truman.
well, last year went back up. It wasn't quite as cold then. And it was a buzzbait spinnerbait bite. And I mean, an absolute, we had another 16, 17 pound bag just playing around. I mean, and that was just running around we put in. And I think we seen 4 boats that day. I mean, that's another good thing. Setup, I really think, that would be the only thing. Because even I've done enough of the winter tournaments, like I'm going back talking about it. Even if a cold spell comes in and it drops down below freezing or something, the water's still going to be warm enough and stuff. It's not really going to affect the fishing. I think the only thing that would hurt is if we get a torrential rain. I mean, a big rain where the lake comes up and the lake just gets horrible muddy. That would be the only thing that I think would hurt it. But I'm expecting a bunch of fish to be caught on that. I really do. I'll be floored if it's not, because some of the guys that have fished it, and it is unique because it ain't Lake of the Ozarks. It's not Table Rock. It's something different. And that's what I want to, just like the schedule, everybody goes to LOZ in March. The last few years, the bite has been horrible up there in March. It's took off. Well, so hopefully with delaying it back to May, that's going to open up the doors from different anglers and stuff too, and it just gives you a different opportunity.
I think the way the schedule is set up this year, we will, if there is a shad kill, we'll miss it. Table Rock doesn't get one.
No.
And it's the way it's set up. March on Table Rock, boys.
It'll take the biggest bag.
I don't
Or
even know.
should. I mean, it should.
It
What's Truman in
should.
April last year? Pigs caught.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's what I was-
There was a few 8-pounders caught at Truman last year.
That's what I was
or this
saying.
year.
Like Truman in April is fire. It is on fire usually. First week of May on Lake of the Ozarks. Lord help us.
Yeah,
that's going to
no.
be another slugfest.
No, that's what it is.
There's going to be 20-pound bags, like
Yes.
to be expected.
Yes, to be
Multiple.
expected.
And June on Stockton.
It could be good. Yes, I mean
That's
yeah.
another decent one. And we're doing all 5.
We'll be done at the end
No,
of June.
I'm saying five bass limits, right? We're not
Yeah,
doing no
it'll
4s.
be all 5, unless something in June
temperature spikes
and
or
that
something.
temperature just gets really up, because that was the only reason I dropped down to
And that's a good thing, because that will also allow us 2 cools.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
in June it doesn't matter.
No, June doesn't make a
but
difference.
for
We'll get rid of
these
that.
last 2 we fished,
Yep.
it allowed us 2 cools, which
Yeah.
I think Mike mentioned it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. If you watched his video, he mentions it in his video that yes, Mike, I watched it.
Yes, we all watched it.
I watched, even though I watched you live beat down.
I mean, we got so many. I mean, and the championship, I mean, it's really, I do think, because we really don't, I mean, they're all hammers. It could be anyone's ball game. This ain't, I mean, just like I talked about Jimmy Rackers, he qualified. Well, it's one of them that set back low and low. He's watched it. He's learning. He's getting his technique. His pride just jumped a bunch because he did make the championship. You get that back in you and your attitude, and you get that confidence. Michael Hammond just coming off the LOZ thing. His confidence is probably better
And
than
he
has
did good on
and he
Truman.
did, yes, exactly. So you got a lot of Greg Nix, Angler of the Year, Matthew Peters, second, Nayland Jones. Nayland Jones is not a big Truman fan, but he just finished 3rd in the Angler of the Year. His attitude,
It's all up here.
and it's what it is.
It
And
really
you get
is.
that is. So that's what and then you got Mike Fernelli. I mean, Mike's a hammer on that lake. He knows, we've got, and the thing is with it, it ain't like we ain't drawing just the Table Rock guys. I mean, this is,
And I like
these are
that.
very versatile guys. They can go to any lake and they're a threat to win. And that's what you got to be. And I mean, and that makes you a better, I'm not saying anything. The guys, I mean, I know a lot of guys that fish Truman, just fish Grand or whatever, more power to them. I fully understand that. Me, I'm the type, even if I'm catching fish consistently on a lake, I get bored with it. I actually like to jump to another lake and just, different scenery. I mean, I'm just not one of them. I can't.
I do like fishing the same lake, like Table Rock. Well, granted, it's 45 minutes from my house. Kind of a given. You know
Yes.
what I mean? That I'm going to go there first. But for me to go out there and catch like 10, 12 pounds,
Mhm.
even though right now it's taking like 16 to win, it's not that hard. I
Mhm.
want to say, you know what I mean? A lot of people can do it. It's not too difficult. I will go purposely. Say they're on a crankbait bite
Mhm.
and you can catch 12 pounds on a crankbait. Pretty consistent and easy, you know? I will put that crankbait away. I will pick up something that will have a better chance of catching a big one. I am right now in this, I don't know, maybe stage of life or something. I try to target the big ones. I try to go after the biggest fish I
Well-
could possibly. Last trip me and my son did, I went all day catching 5 fish. I mean, didn't catch any giants, but I went after the big ones only. Even though he was standing next to me with the drop shot, just freaking out fishing me for like 30 to 1. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? But that's fine. I'm okay with that.
But
Same
that's
thing-
how you got the name Big Bass Eddie. That's what it's like. Because at the tournament, when he said that, I was smiling at him, looking over at him. Because it is now a lot of people, they've sat there and they don't know your name, but they ask me, and they said, "Who's the guy?" Big Bass. And I go, Eddie. You know, and it's funny. I mean,
After Truman, to be honest, I thought after Truman and Stockton, because you asked me on Stockton, you didn't do the live with me, but you asked me, you're like, how's your practice? I was like, and I got 7th. And then after that, on Lake of the Ozarks, you're asking me again. I was just like, yeah, it's terrible. He's like, I don't believe you. So I honestly thought it was going to be a sandbagger after that one. And then we were joking at the house about that. The boys were laughing at that. But he's like, hey, you're lying to Brandy too much, aren't you? No, not really. Like, it's not intentional.
no. And like I said, guys, and just like I was sitting here laughing, I could not believe the anglers that I've come up and BS with. And I consider them friends now. I've made friendships with them and stuff. And we have an unbelievable group of anglers. And we would love to have you be a part of that. But definitely jump in for 2026 and definitely watch. We're going to have an awesome championship.
And then, I mean, we could only grow.
Oh, yeah, that's it. We can only get bigger. I mean,
I say we. I'm
no, and it is,
I mean-
and it's, and I say that because that's what I appreciate him. I mean, just like talking to John Case, I told Randy Doman, Michael Hamilton Jr. I mean, all the anglers, Jimmy Racker. I mean, Jimmy Dave. I mean, it takes everybody to grow this, and I can, and and it ain't. I mean, I could give $1 million away at every tournament. If you don't have the anglers there fishing it, you ain't got
That's no
nothing. Anglers draw anglers and a story. And I mean, like I said, to come out and like I said, it's fun. And I like doing these. I mean, Eddie's kind of like me. I could talk to a fence post. If it just nods once in a while, hell, I'm good with it. I can carry on this conversation.
Oh man, that's funny you say that. I was working on my truck today, and my wife went to go get some things for us, and it was just me. And I'm working on it, and I'm hitting my fingers and freaking, I'm talking to the truck.
Yes.
And I was in, like my head was under the cab. So I don't know who's behind me, who's coming up or whatever. I'm working on it, my wrench is going, and I'm just talking to the truck. And my wife, she's like, "Who you talking to? Who's under the truck?" I'm like, "No one, just me." He's like, "Are you talking to the truck?" I'm like, "Yeah, sorry." I'm like, "That's just the way I am." And then like I was doing more than just talking. I was cussing at that thing.
They was poop and shucks.
Oh yeah. And then she's like, make sure the kids aren't around you. I'm like, no, you know, my dad told me. My dad's a mechanic. He's not a self-taught mechanic, one of the good ones.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He can listen and tell you what's wrong. And he told me one time when he was working on one of his trucks, there was this bolt that just won't go. It just
Yes.
like, no matter what you do, it's not going in, and everything's lining up perfectly. You're trying to screw that damn thing in there, and it's not going. And my dad's standing there. He's like, "Take that sledge and just hammer it." I'm like, "Dad, I'm gonna break it." He's like, "You know what? Sometimes without a hammer and a cuss word, nothing's gonna get done."
A lot of truth to that.
I'm just like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Well, watch this." And he said a few words and just bam, the bolt went right in. I'm like, "I
It
guess
is.
you're right."
Exactly.
So I told that to my wife today. She's like, "Oh, don't do that. Don't start." I'm like, "Hey, the older I'm getting, the more I'm seeing my dad in me. I really am. It's weird. It's so weird, but it's pretty cool." Anyways, I'm over here off track like crazy, but yeah, I'm excited for the tournament.
No, I am.
I'm
Like I said,
excited
we're
for
gonna have-
the schedule. Before the Truman one in December, I was like a little weary about it, but now
No, like I said,
talking
that's-
to you about
and you
it,
know me
like-
enough and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
no, and
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
I'm truthful on it. I
Oh, yeah.
really think that's going to be
and then
a
like
good one.
I have a couple memories from maybe 10 years ago or something. It was like around Thanksgiving. Me and my brothers were out there and we sacked 17 pounds on a buzzbait.
Yes.
And
No,
If
like
we
I
could
said,
have it, but I remember that year it got cold quick. We had snow before December, so if we could not have snow,
yeah, no.
and that tournament's actually on my daughter's birthday.
Oh,
So
really?
my daughter will be out there with me as my camera girl.
Good. That's pretty awesome. Now, and like I said, we have an emphasize again. I mean, you just need to come to one of the weigh-ins and stuff.
yeah.
It's pretty. I mean,
It's
and
fun.
yeah, just like we had 25 people there. I actually put up some tents across
Yeah, and
for
it
some
was
people,
freaking
and it was
100 and-
miserable. And we had 25 people show up at the weigh-in, and it's pretty amazing to have them come over and hear the thank yous and stuff like
Yeah.
this, and just the little things. I mean, in the morning I might have coffee ready for you on those morning stuff. I got some snacks and stuff. Going again next year, John's Hot Props. It's for the guys that don't know, we do a lottery type system. Once you're pre-registered, I send out the boat numbers and times and flights and that. If you're boat number 33, that's $100 cash you win from John's Hot Props. Nadler's Meat Snack Pack. It's a random draw on it. You want a snack pack and $100 cash. Pure Clean, sponsored by them. They actually do our American Hero program. If you're a first responder or military past or present, we draw you when you register. You'll see that we ask you that, and if you are, your name's in a hat. $100 cash at each and every event. I mean, we have a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and there's more coming, guys. I can just tell you.
I have a little funny story about the snacks, the coffee and the snacks, and then the meat pack. So the first event, the very very first
Yes.
one in Lake of the Ozarks, cold as I'm not. You heard us complain
Yes.
about it enough. But anyways, it was miserable. It sucked. And I was at the weigh at the check-in, and it's my first event. Very very, and I think Brent was there at the check-in.
Yes,
And
Brent
yeah,
Lambert.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was him.
Yep,
It was
Brent
him.
Lambert.
Yeah. And he was standing at you had coffee, you had snacks, just, and I'm seeing the steam coming off the coffee maker. I'm like, man, that looks good. But I didn't know if it was for staff, if it was for, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My first event ever with the Solo Series. And, I'm like, I guess I was eyeballing it too long because I had a few guys in front of me. And I guess I was just staring at it. And Brent's like, hey, you could have a snack. And in my head, I knew you were going to give away a meat pack. I'm like, I hope I get drawn for it.
Yes.
Because I didn't bring any snacks. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm going to be a hungry dude today.
Yes.
This is going to suck. I had water, but
Yeah.
other than water, I didn't have no snacks. He's like, you can have one. I'm like I like to look at it. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's my first one. I'm a little shy around.
Yeah.
And then he just picks up one of those Cliff Bars and he just tosses it to
Yes.
me. I'm just like, oh crap, He's like, is that enough for you? I'm like, yeah. And he takes another one and he tosses another one. I'm like, crap, okay, all right, that's fine. And then later that day, I was already home. I get a notification on my phone from Facebook as a friend request from Brent Lambert.
Yes.
I'm like, ooh, that's the guy. I'm sitting here like, ooh, I don't know if he wants some money for the Cliff Bars or what. So, I mean, yeah, he's a cool dude too.
I have an unbelievable staff. I have Ashley. Actually, she was the first girl in the state of Missouri to actually go to college on a fishing scholarship and stuff.
Yeah.
She fished for Drury and stuff. She's like a daughter to me. And then my wife's the one's always taking pictures. I got Brent Lambert helping bump. I got Michelle, or I call her Dashel. She's always in the trailer and stuff. Like I said, Ashley does an awesome job. Susie down there taking boat numbers and stuff. Guys, I try to keep the same staff all the time and everything. Anyone that's easy to recognize them, I promise you, I got a great staff. And that's what makes it easy, too.
And it's fun. It's kind of it's really nice. Whenever Ashley was sitting there, I think it was third tournament. Third tournament. We were at Palmy, and we were coming out, and there's a bunch of guys in front of me, but where I can hear her finally, I got close enough to where there was a few boats in front of me, and I hear her calling out the anglers by name.
Yes.
And she's just calling, hey, good luck, this person,
Yeah.
this guy.
And
then,
she don't have a list in front of her, does
no,
she?
she doesn't.
No, like you
no,
said.
she doesn't. And then I pull up and she's like, good luck, Eddie. I'm like, how the what?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, thanks. And I don't even know who she is
Yes.
at this point. And then now I know who she is. You know what I mean? And it's so freaking cool. And it's like a big family, basically.
It is. It really
at this
is.
point. And like most of the guys, you just come up to talk to any one of them. And like we got in a really tight situation this year. It got rough for me. And one of the anglers actually, I'm not gonna mention it, but one of the anglers actually has given me a truck to drive.
So pretty awesome.
And I'm just like, I don't even know how to say, like, how to thank him. And it's so cool. And these guys that I'm rooming with now, those guys will give you the shirt off their back.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean? And they're such cool dudes. And I know that most of the guys, I haven't met everybody. You know what I mean? Because a lot of get this, like whenever we have 60 people out there, by the time I don't know, Randy, why this happened to me, but usually I'm towards the back of the line.
It's a lottery type system, but nothing, no control over it.
I'm playing. I have not got anything higher than, I think LOZO is like 17th or something. That was my highest boat number.
Or not finished, but boat number.
One of this, boat 33 gets paid.
Yes.
Yeah. I got boat 34. I'm like, how does this happen? What the heck, you know? But no, it's all good. It's funny though. Yeah, just going back to that. Usually by the time I would weigh in, half the field's gone. Especially if they know they're not cutting the check, they're gone. I don't know why some of the anglers, this goes to show you how either we're just that dumb or we just really, really love this stuff.
They love it, yes.
It's 100 and bajillion degrees outside. These guys are finishing way down the line, and a lot of them stayed for the weigh-in to see to the end.
Yes.
Until the tent started coming down. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing here? And then I'm like, what am I doing here? This is how we're sitting there sweating, and it's like just how cool it is, you know what I mean? And like me and Mike Hamilton, I met him personally on Truman. I think it's because both of us were in the top, and we just so happened to stick around, and we got to talk. We hit it off. Me, Chris, Randy, and Mike. We were just sitting there talking, and it's just so freaking cool. Again, we go back to the friendships we make, and the groups of guys. I'm telling you, if I need anything, same thing with those other guys. If they need anything, they'll call me up and just.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, we got an awesome group of anglers, and really have. I mean, the friendships, camaraderie, and everything. And there is no one out there. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to beat everybody. Eddie's sitting there at the same time, sitting there. Good luck to you. And the same thing. He said, "I hope you kick your." I mean, that's
we're trash talking all day long.
No, exactly, and that's what makes it cool. But at the end of the day, when they sincerely look up to you and come up to you and they've had a bad day and they look at you and say, "Congratulations, you done," they sincerely mean it. It ain't BS. I mean, that's
from
what
the bottom of the heart.
That's what it is. And that's a good thing. Like I said, we have an unbelievable group of guys. These guys are bringing more anglers to it, and I cannot thank everybody enough. And that goes to everybody out there. I try to name, and it's just an awesome opportunity, guys. You guys, you definitely need to jump in and try this if you're a tournament angler, seasoned veteran, or if you're just jumping into it and you fish some team events, you want to try us out, I promise you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, hop on in. Well, I mean, we'll all talk. If we're doing something sneaky, we're not going to tell you, but for the most part,
they'll help you out.
Everybody helps everybody out. And it's so freaking example, Mike Hamilton. I'm sitting here, I'm fishing behind him. He's already coming out of the pocket. So there's the bunch of docks around this whole pocket. He's fishing the other side of the docks. They're so close to where you couldn't have a conversation, basically. I mean, it's going to be a loud one, but you will have a conversation. And I'm sitting there just flipping and flipping. I no fish in the live well. Zero. It's like 10 o'clock. I have nothing. I'm freaking beating on myself. You know what I mean? And he's pulling out, and I'm just like, hey, good, bad. And he's just like, I'm like, but I've seen him catch a few. He was at a distance where I didn't see him in the morning. Later in the afternoon, we were literally fishing 2 docks away from each other the whole time. And I watched the beating go down, boys. That was brutal. The heat did nothing compared to what he did.
4 fish for almost 18 pounds. He had some.
I didn't get to see that 6-pounder, but I got to see the other ones. Fudge, man. Yeah, and then I'm sitting there just flipping, doing the same thing he does, but different baits. I'm just flipping. He's like, "How about you? Good or bad?" I'm like, I'm like, terrible. He's just like, "Don't give up, buddy. Just keep doing what you're doing." He told me nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just like, a jig, a worm, some. But I don't do that. But like, he said, just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep your head up. I'm just like, fuck. My clothes are drenched. I'm freaking soaked in sweat. Keep doing what I'm doing. I'm about to jump in the lake.
Yes.
The virus or not, I'm going in the lake. Yeah. Oh yeah, and we still had that
brain-eating virus. Someone got out of Lake of the Ozarks. So.
Yeah, and that I about jumped in until I remembered Luke Roth's video, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna rethink that one.
So
And that because I did jump in the lake a couple times. It got hot during the summer. I jump in. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll strip down and in the lake I go.
that was and then also our championship will be in September again. Lake will not be announced till the last tournament of the season.
Come on, just write it on a note slide.
No, but it is. It'll be the last tournament. No one knew it. Matter of fact, Brent, even my staff didn't even know what lake we was going to.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't even know.
Okay, so just how long did you know?
About 3 weeks.
So you basically didn't know yourself.
No, I didn't either. And everything, I was trying to get someone that would help support, pay for dinner and everything else and stuff on it, and a good location where we can have a dinner where it opens up. There's plenty of parking, people coming up with boats, all this and stuff.
Everhart's is pretty big.
Oh yeah, Evanhart's. Yeah, there won't be a problem there, and they've got a real nice room where they keep their kayaks and stuff. We're moving it out and stuff. Have tables and everything. We're having pizza and drinks and everything. And I've even opened up some people bringing their kids with them, wives and stuff. So I mean, it makes for a really good. Yeah, so it makes for a really good time and stuff, and that's what it is. And because some of them is coming up and they're actually taking off a few days and stuff. They're with their wife, and a couple of them called me and they said, "My wife's that's fine." I said, "Yeah, just, that's what it is, and that's what makes it cool." And then like some of these kids or wife, they haven't seen this. You never can tell that they bring their son. Maybe doesn't have any fishing interest, but after they see the banquet and stuff, they go seeing some plaques given out, anglers and all this. They're thinking maybe I want to do something, like this.
I'm not taking my wife. I'm not telling her no more to come to no weigh-ins. This is how brutal shit it was. So during our last AIA tournament on Lake of the Ozarks, I fished the Lake of the Ozarks division. Why? Don't ask, but I did. And the last tournament, it was a beating.
Mm-hmm.
It sucked. Well, we came in with the limit, but it sucked. Our limit was like 11 pounds or 10 or whatever it was. So we weigh in, and my wife brought the kids from Nixa to PB2, and my boy, he's walking the bank throwing a crankbait, right?
Yes.
I'm loading the boat. I get a Snapchat on my phone. I open the video. My boy catching a 3.5 pounder. And her commentary says, "You're missing this from your bag." I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. You're not coming no more.
It's a love-hate relationship.
This is the kind of stuff that I mentioned.
Good.
It's just straightforward, but it's funny. I took it with just as a joke, but yeah, my boy can fish. But so yeah, I got made fun of a couple of times. Last few podcasts that our podcast or the ones that I host, they go for 2 hours, but no, we're about 1:15. Still got a little bit of battery, but yeah. Thanks, Randy, for coming.
No, thank you guys again.
We're
check
gonna have to do more.
Yeah, Solo Series. Turn TOURN.com. That's Solo Series. And like I said, Solo Series Top 100 boat, max field, $300 entry fee. Guys, check it out. I promise you will not be disappointed. Stay tuned. We got some exciting stuff coming down the pipe. We're going to have more bonus money for next year and stuff. Yeah, guys, we got some good stuff coming. So definitely stay tuned. Sweet. Eddie, and I cannot thank Modern Outdoors here. Thank you enough for having me come on. Eddie, thank you. Yeah. And guys, good luck to the season coming up, and hopefully we see you on December 7th at our season kickoff.
Come take my money.
Yes.
Or I'll take yours.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Thank you, guys. Thank you again.